Good morning. We are on July 28th, 2005 at 6:24 a.m. I've already done a lot this morning. So I woke up at 5. I got to plotting out the characters for one of the next novellas in the Shifter series. So I did that for 30 minutes. I really did not want to, but I was like, nope, let me just start the timer and just go for it. And then it started flowing. And my character has pivoted. So I'm working on the female main character first. And I'm making her different than what I thought she was actually going to turn out. So that's pretty cool. And now I finished, worked out, I showered, changed. So I am going to get my breakfast. I'm going to have my last bagel that I made yesterday, get some coffee, and then finish up my morning routine. And I think based on my new, agenda for the day is it's morning routine, do a short little sprint of chores, and I'm gonna turn on that timer on because I think I need it, and then it's off to work. So that is the plan for this morning. So yeah. Good morning. It is another day. It is Tuesday morning, coming up to 5 a.m. I am going to be making the English muffins. They were doing their final proof. They're looking pretty good. So I'm gonna bake them, and while that is doing its thing before I work out, I'm gonna do some more rereading one of the Icarus Bluffs novellas and see where we get. Yesterday, I finally finished the Conflict and Suspense book, so that was a win. And then I just did that character brainstorming out in the morning. But other than that, I didn't do any more writing work. So hopefully today I'll be able to get a little bit more done. You guys, I don't know what's happening, but this GoPro is not charging. It has been at 27% this whole time, and I don't know if it's the cord or if it's the charger, the camera, But anyways, it is 7 o'clock. I finished all of the English muffins. They still aren't quite like the Thomas English muffins, but this, I would say by far, are the best ones that I've made, the most fluffiest. But with that, it comes the most time consuming. They're good. So I might make them again, but bagels are just so much easier, and they come out great every time. English muffins I feel like are more finicky, but that's maybe just because they're sourdough instead of your standard yeast. But anyways, so what I'm going to do is I need to take the dog out, and I got to figure out how to charge this camera. But yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. I did not get to edit any of those pages, which is a bummer because I really wanted to, but I'll have time this evening. 'Cause last evening I had to do an interview for someone trying to get an internship at 5 p.m. Who does that? Who does that? Anyways, so that kind of took my whole time. But what I am thinking is, for one, I need to choose my next craft book, and I'm thinking that I have some that I've started. I started the Blueprint Your Best Seller. So I probably should finish that one. So I'm gonna probably take that to work because it's my own personal copy. I got it at like thrift books or whatnot. And so I think I'm going to read that as my next one, because I was going to read the revisions and like self-editing by James Scott Bell, but I returned it to the library because I couldn't do that book and this one. So now that I'm gonna be returning this book, but I need to make notes on the story first before returning it. Then I might request that book to read that one. So my plan for the day. Yeah, I gotta go to work. I need to do more revisions, edits, read through all that, do some more character development for the next story, which I'm actually working out of order because I really want to work on this story because it just kind of caught my mind. Is I'm going to be working on book 5 of the novella, my Bear Shifter one, instead of number 4. Just because I kind of think this one might be easier, or maybe it's not easier, but I just kind of wanted to. I like the idea of it. I think it's gonna be fun. So that is the plan. Now I need to go write all this down because I don't even know where to begin. It is sunny and hot outside. It's like over 100 degrees and it's humid, so it is just super gross. But I am sitting on my desk. It is almost 6 o'clock, and according to my schedule, 6 to 7 is writing time. It's my after, or I guess evening writing, and what I am going to be doing is I just don't want to edit. And so what I'm going to be doing is spending the first 30 minutes doing some copy work, and then the next 30 minutes of taking notes on this book that I finished. So you might be wondering what copywork is, and it is essentially the imitation of writing that you enjoy from other authors. And I know Benjamin Franklin, Robert Stevenson, Jack London, they all done copywork, and I guess there is some testament to it as they were all great writers. And so I am going in and I am right now doing the first, we'll do the prologue in probably chapter 1 and see where I am of Ruthless Demon by Nikki St. Crow. So I read this series. It's a 3-book, I think 2 years ago. Loved it. I went by so fast, and I'm a slow reader. So if I'm hooked, then I am hooked. And so I'm excited to kind of go through this. And the whole purpose of it is to kind of mimic their prose, their writing style, to kind of get you familiar with like where they put nouns, where they put verbs in sentences, how their dialogue is, how their setting is, just to kind of get you accustomed of writing that you enjoy as a reader and how to help your own writing reach that point. So I got my notebook here, and I am gonna just start writing word for word. So that took a lot longer. I finally finished. So I did the handwriting part, and then I was thinking it makes more sense to do it, type it out, because then I can make comments, check word count, all of that. And on paper, it's hard to tell when paragraphs start and all of that. And it makes it a lot easier on the screen. So just a quick rundown. This was just the prologue, and you might be wondering, what's with the color? So this might not be true, but from what I got, it seems like this scene hits all 8 of my color code points. So it has the hook, which is everyone has a story about where they were when the Demon King arrived. Like, that hooks you up. And then we got a setup, like, right? It talks about she was alone. She was trying to swat a fly. And then we get into, oops, here. This was supposed to be in red highlight. Is in red. This is the trigger. The mom's like, have you watched the news? So that's going to be like, okay. Then you got some emotion. She's like kind of questioning why she's asking. And then she does a little bit of pondering about that question. And then moves into like the expectation, which I always forget. So going back to the 8-beat sequence, is that the expectation is the character's moment of reflection sets an expectation of what the individual could do in process toward the scene's goal. So basically it's figuring out who this demon guy is, right? And then you have a choice, which on the choice is perhaps it makes a tough choice to take action, which on this I put like, they're captivated by like his looks, his power, and then it goes into the climax, which is essentially he can't be stopped. And I just wrote some notes here on the side, which is 457 words, short sentences, fast pace, and does action, then exposition. So I'm curious to know if the first chapter, if it kind of follows the same 8-beat sequence or not. So I think doing this is going to be very eye-opening. And in terms of, I guess this is kind of doing annotation a little bit with the highlighting, that is something I really want to try to explore in terms of it helping me write, not for the reason why like bookstagrammers, book talkers do the annotation. This is to learn. I am trying to learn as much as possible because I really want my writing to be successful, and I have to learn from the success in order to hopefully one day get there. So I know I was supposed to take notes, right? But it is 7 o'clock now, so I spent an hour doing this. And I feel like I'm kind of maybe a little burnt out because that took a lot more brain power. You wouldn't think that just copying something, but because I'm trying to like grasp like that there are a quick succession of sentences, which maybe the reason why I'm drawn to this writing is because I'm like to write short, to the point, fast pace. So yeah. This story, I just love it already. Like this first prologue, it sucks me in so much. I'm like, ooh, there's like a little like, not mystery, but the suspense to it is something that brings me in. So what I'm going to do, it's 7 o'clock. It is now in my family time. Which is basically just means relaxing, that kind of thing, putting work to the bedside, and yeah. And I guess I'm going to do that. I might go watch some TV. Or I think I'll probably edit the videos because I need to do that. So I know this was another short day, so I'm combining yesterday's and today's. It's because when I work, man, I don't get a lot of clips. But we are almost done. I got 2 more days of this writing challenge, and I didn't write or do writing related stuff every day, but I did pretty good, and I almost got up to, 30 videos. I know I took a little break when my parents were visiting, but I'm proud of myself, and I hope you guys are enjoying this. And yeah, until tomorrow. Bye.